Hey everybody, how's it going? I know I'm not Father Fish, but I can still answer some questions. Uh, Obviously, Father Fish is going through some things right now with, both his personal life and with YouTube and with Joey and all that. So he, wasn't able to go on tonight. So I thought I would, go ahead and pop up here and, give people a chance to show their tanks, ask questions, and all that. I'm going to go ahead and post the StreamYard so that, if people want to come up, they can. Wait to pop up over on my computer so I can pin it. All right, so let me go ahead and say hi to everybody that's here. Hello, Glassbox Fox. Hey, Jenny. Bruiser, I know you're here during the background, so thanks for stopping by. Alan, how you doing? Tam, hello, hello. Tank Top Tropics. Ames, nice to see you again. Hey there, John, and hey there, Tori. How's everybody doing? I'm pretty good. I had, busy day at work today, and then after work, I, ended up, selling some of my own personal fish to a couple people. Sold my last male African peacock cichlid of my first spawn that I ever had, so it was a little bittersweet, but I have plenty of other, baby fish to go through. Did my huh? I can't see my post on the YouTube side to pin the StreamYard. Is the StreamYard in chat? Yeah, I'm still not seeing it on there. Let me try posting it again. There we go. There, yeah, I see it now on the YouTube side. Let me go ahead and pin that. So, I don't really know much of what to talk about because I didn't really, plan on doing this stream. Uh, but yeah, I know some people are still kind of filing in and on there. But I got 10 people watching right now. That's pretty good. You don't really have to have anything to say, John. This is just kind of an opportunity for, people to come on and share their fish tanks if they want to and all that. Same as, a Father Fish Saturday, Sunday night stream. Like just hanging out, talking about fish. I'll answer any questions that people have, and if anybody wants to come up and share their fish tanks, that's great. Hmm. Yeah, I don't really know much of what to talk about. Uh, my African cichlids are breeding again. So I just keep having more babies. I haven't started doing anything as far as shipping fish goes, but I have been kind of looking more into it. And with flat rate boxes and stuff like that, shipping fish doesn't really seem like it would necessarily be that difficult. Just got to get some flat styrofoam, and you know probably it would be better if I got like an oxygen tank, though it's not necessary per se. Yeah, I understand how that is, Tori. Losing signal and stuff and not having Wi-Fi. I went without internet for like 4 or 5 years. No internet, no television. Like I had like an antenna, which I still actually run off the antenna. I don't pay for cable television or anything like that. And but I have internet now. But I didn't have internet for like 4 or 5 years, and uh just was doing everything from my phone. Didn't have a computer, didn't have any thing like that. So it was almost like going back to the olden days. Though not really. Not really at all. Still had my smartphone, and I could do most of everything through there, but if I had to update my application to find a new job or something like that, I had to go to my parents' house or a friend's house that had like a computer to where I could actually type it out and stuff. What kind of watch am I wearing? It's a Samsung Galaxy Active 2. Some type of smart. Oh, I have a guest. Tank Top Tropics.
Hey, Danny, how's it
How
going?
you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, I'm great. I see you got a lot of nice tanks behind you.
A few.
And a
Yes.
nice aquarium co-op shirt too.
Yep. Gotta have the co-op shirt.
Yeah.
I have a couple tanks.
How you doing, little hot word I can't say? Well, did you want to show one of your tanks or?
Sure. Give me
Awesome.
1 second.
Right, I agree, John. The co-op shirt makes it all look legit. He's a regular young Bob Steenfot.
Alrighty. Which one do you want to see?
Let's see them all, man. I've
Okay.
never seen your tanks before.
I was just on, well, not just on, a couple hours ago on Mike's Aquatics and things, showing some of them off. But right here we
Nice.
have a 12-gallon guppy breeder tank.
Nice.
I've been getting a bunch of fry lately. Let's see if I can.
Oh yeah. Is that guppy grass you got growing too?
Yes. The
Nice.
whole most of all of it is guppy grass. And then we just have a few other plants in here and some mixed in. But mostly
Very
the guppy
nice.
grass is taken over. Let's see if I can
Just
find
running off the sponge filter in the back?
Yes, one sponge filter.
Nice.
It's a large size, but I've kind of hidden it behind the rock structure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely a fan of the sponge filters for sure.
Very nice.
And then this tank right here, I have two sponge filters, one right there, and then one back there.
Good. Those plants look really nice.
Thank you. This is my kind of assorted community tank. Got two dwarf gouramis in here with
Yeah.
three platies and three longfin zebra danios.
Hey, George. Hey, Mike. How's it going?
Hey, George.
Yeah. I like that one.
Let's see if I can.
Little dwarf puffer?
Yep, dwarf pea puffer.
Excellent. Oh, wow, Mike. 450 stems from your 125? I mean, yeah, your 125 has a lot of plants in it, so that's awesome. Oh, some neons.
Four neons in here with three dwarf pea puffers.
Okay.
There's
I'm
supposed to be
sure they all
five in
get
here.
along just fine.
Yes, they surprisingly do for an odd number of three pea puffers. There's supposed to be five neons in here, but accidentally dropped the bag before I got it when I was acclimating them, and one slipped and fell in this one.
Oh,
Thankfully, he didn't hit the floor, but he got stuck in this tank, which he's doing fine in.
yeah.
I just haven't been able to catch him.
When I was younger, every time we'd try to make a school of neon tetras in our tank, we'd always lose most of them, and we'd always end up with like one left. But that one would be perfectly happy.
Yeah, at first I had some trouble with the neons, getting them to, well, survive. They're just like, for me, they're prone to a lot of like ick and other diseases. And
That's very true because I mean there are people breeding them, and there are some that are still wild caught for sure. But the problem is how long it takes to get them used to the different pH levels and all that because they're bred in like a 4 pH, and then the wholesaler is supposed to over like a 6 week period bring them up to like a 6 pH, but it's still going to take them a little bit to get up to like a 7 or 8 or whatever your water parameters are, and that's what's hard about neons for sure.
yeah, and when I first got this batch too, they had ick, and I had to treat them in the quarantine tank. Thankfully, I do quarantine, and I didn't just put them in here because the pea puffers were already in here at the time. But I got them. They were in quarantine for about 2 weeks, so I could finally get the ick and everything under control.
Yeah.
But they've been in
Did
here for a while.
Have you had any problems with worms with your pea puffers at all?
Surprisingly, no. I mean, they're very healthy,
Oh,
and
good.
I really only feed them the snails, as you can tell, the thousands of shells.
Nice.
here. But yeah, I mainly only feed them the snails, and they've been pretty healthy.
All right. Hey, Paul, how's it going? Okay. That's a very nice looking betta.
Yeah, I've had her for going on a year and 3 or 4 months.
Nice.
I think she's probably the healthiest betta I've ever had. I mean, she is just.
Yeah, she's got some really nice looking fins, looks really healthy, not like overfed or anything. Taking really good care of her. I
Well,
got
she's a
a I
little
got a
chunky.
soft spot for bettas, so
Yeah, she gets. At first, I was, just feeding like when I had my first betas or bettas, whichever one, I was feeding just the pellets they give you. And I found out she does a lot better and has a lot more colors when I feed the frozen baby brine and shrimp and bloodworm stewer. She likes that a lot better.
yeah.
This tank,
Yeah.
I let my brother escape this tank. That's why it's got the SpongeBob and Patrick and everything.
That's fine.
But
Uh, George has a the SpongeBob pineapple in one of his tanks. It probably works great as like a spawning cave, so
oh yeah,
I
definitely.
got no problem with fake decorations.
She actually, when I turn the light off, after she's fed, I turn the light off about 30 minutes later, and I'll watch her, and she'll actually go in the house. And then in the morning, when the lights come on, I can see her. She just swims right out the window, like she sleeps in there at night.
Nice.
It's funny. But yeah, she's very nice. Then we have a 40 breeder quarantine tank that has, um,
Little bit of everything in it.
yeah,
Nice. That's a nice looking angelfish.
this is my male um, angelfish that I was breeding with my female until about, let's see, they bred 4 or 5 times, and she got very hostile towards him and actually almost tore his eye out. So I had to move him in here, and I thought he was going to be blind, but he turned out pretty well. I mean, he can see
Well,
out of
that's
both
good.
eyes. He looks very good, but I've just been keeping him in here for a while. And then I
All
got a whole
right.
bunch of feeder minnows from my clown knife. And then a couple Leucosimus.
Okay.
That's the big one, and then there's 2 other ones in there. I had to
Nice.
move them when I was putting the driftwood in the big tank, and so they've been staying in here for a while. I actually got these. So I normally get the feeder minnows, and they're this color, right?
Yeah.
Like the yellowish color. Well,
Kind
I
of
got some.
yellow rosy color, yeah.
Yeah, I got some today. Let's see. Whoops. Where did he go? Here, like these guys. See how they're
Oh,
like,
the ones with the actual stripe and stuff?
yeah, gray.
Yeah.
They're like a little bit
So that's
gray.
more of what those type of fish. I can't remember what they're actually called. I don't think they're a type of. I mean, I think it's actually like a shiner is what they are, but they look more like that gray with the black stripe. It's they're like line bred or whatever to get the rosy red ones, and that's what you do normally see. But yeah, I work at a pet store, and we still sometimes get those kind of gray ones in.
Yeah. You work at Pet Supply Plus, right?
Yeah, Pet Supplies Plus.
Okay. Yeah, that's where I got these today from. My local.
Nice. Excellent.
Another tank here with some.
Tam's Betta likes her Squidward house too.
Yeah. Yeah, I find she enjoys it.
All right. Is that a chain loach?
That's a Burmese border loach.
Oh, okay. That's a nice looking fish.
Yes, I like him a lot. He's got some awesome polka dots.
Yeah.
He's
Very
like
interesting body shape too. It's
he's kind of
almost
like
like
the
between like a yo-yo zebra loach and dojo loach.
yeah. Yeah, you have two yo-yo loaches in here coolie loaches in here somewhere.
Yeah, those are always hard to find. And then they just pop up out of nowhere and they'll just start munching around. Oh man, yeah, that's a really cool looking fish. I gotta get me one of those. What'd you say it was again?
It's called a Burmese border loach.
Burmese border loach. Yeah, I gotta get me like 12 of those.
Yeah, this was the only one in stock at my local fish store. And I looked in the tank and I saw him and I was like, "What is that?" I mean, I knew it was some sort of loach, and he was like, "Oh yeah, that's a Burmese border loach. A lady brought it in because she couldn't house it anymore." And I was like, "Well,
Hmm,
is he for sale?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, of course." I was like, "Okay, I'll take him."
nice.
So yeah, he's done. He's very nice.
Hey there, S. I saw you pop in there.
Couple barbs, albino tiger barbs, and then they're waiting for the food at the top of the tank. Like
Huh?
then they're in here with the um, ghost
Clown
clown
knife.
knife. Yeah.
Nice. You actually get him to come out a little bit.
Sometimes he likes to hide most of the time.
Yeah.
And the loach
If you
did too
don't
at
have the
first
light
until he
quite
got
so
comfortable.
bright, they come out more.
Yep, he's a smaller guy. I keep him in here. When he gets bigger, he'll go with the other bigger clown knife and see how they do.
Yeah. Such an interesting fish. Knife fish.
They are very interesting. The way they can just swim backwards, sideways, over
Yeah.
something. There he
And
is.
then just how like their entire body is like a fin that just wiggles. It's so
Oh
cool.
yeah.
I've never kept one though.
I love them. I have two. I have this black ghost, well, the ghost clown knife, and then the regular. This is a black
Nice.
ghost clown knife, and then the other one's just a ghost knife. Just the silver ones with the black spot.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Joshua. Hey, John Oliver. How's it going? Thanks for stopping by. All right. How many tanks do you have total?
15.
15. Okay.
This is my the ghost clown knife I was talking about.
Yeah.
He's the one the feeder minnows are for. I love to just sit here and just watch his fin just go. It's like his whole body
Yeah,
just
it's
goes back and forth.
mesmerizing. That's what I'm looking at. He seems very nice and relaxed in that tank, so, good job with that.
Thank you. Yeah, he's in here with some more gouramis, and then the female angel. Everybody's kind of chill in this tank except for the loach when he goes crazy.
Yeah,
But
clown loaches are never chill.
it's a blue opal gourami, another dwarf gourami, and there's the gold gourami.
Oh.
This tank is a little bit tannish because of the wood. I just got it in here a couple weeks ago, so I'm still trying to get it held
Nice.
down. Got some rocks on it, just for now.
I really like the tan Blackwater look. I use Brightwell's Blackwater in my beta sorority and a lot of my tanks actually, but I kind of wish it was darker. Like I want my tank to be like super dark, but then again, I don't want to like overdose my fish with, you know, tannin stuff. Like I don't know if you can overdose on that Brightwell stuff, but I know it does also like drop the pH too, so I don't want to drop it too low for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just go the T route. Get that whatever that tea is that turns the tank like that reddish color. Hey Chewy, thanks for popping in here.
Might help if I open up the comments.
Hmm?
Hey, J. Oliver, S. Chewy.
Hey there, Scott's Aquatics. Thanks for coming in and stopping by. So, everybody that's been kind of, popping in here late, just kind of give a rundown as to what's going on. That, Fatherfish didn't feel like he was up to the challenge of going in tonight, and he's going through some things with his personal life, and kind of with YouTube too, and with Joey and all that. Not really gonna get into it. I don't really know everything that's going on with his life, but I just kind of took it upon myself, and he gave me his blessing or whatever to do a live stream kind of for him to allow everybody to kind of pop up and show their tanks, kind of what he does on Saturday and Sunday nights. So.
Hey, Jenny. No problem.
Is that coffee, Danny? Yes, of course. Like Betta needs tannins in their water, I need coffee in mine. But I'm all out now, so I might brew some more. So that's good to know. I figured it wasn't necessarily the tannins, that would be like quote like potentially harmful to the fish, but I'm not sure of what all exactly is in that bright well blackwater stuff. But I know it definitely drops the pH, and so I don't want to use too much of that for sure, because it'll drop my pH. But if I threw some tea in there, I might just drop a whole tea bag in there instead of doing the whole like brewing it or whatever. I'll just put the tea bag right in the tank. Hmm. All right. Well, not sure if you meant to drop off or if you were having some internet issues, but thank you, Tank Top Tropics. It was nice to kind of, meet you semi face to face. I've seen you in chat a lot, but that's the first time I've seen what you look like. So, if anybody else wanted to go ahead and, pop up here and show their fish tanks and stuff, I'm open to it. And that's kind of what this stream is for. I make Indian almond leaves tea. Yeah, that's definitely one way to do it. What I normally do is I'll just like buy a couple leaves and just, throw them in the tank. And then once those leaves like disintegrate completely, I'll buy some more leaves and add those to the tank. Exactly. That's what I was, thinking about. And yeah, that definitely makes me, a little bit nervous about the whole pH stuff. But yeah, when you go from clear to dark, that's a huge difference. I've been kind of running that at least my Betta sorority tank. Well, actually, like all the tanks that I do the black water in, I do that because it's not really black. It's just barely colored compared to what I see. Really, uh, they've always been in like 6.5 to 7 on the pH, if not even a little bit lower, like into this, like maybe just down to 6 even. I tend to not really keep them that low because once they get that low, I can't really see what the pH actually is because my pH test only goes to 6. I would show my sorority, but all my tank lights in my fish room are already turned off. I only have my African cichlid tank in my living room, and then my two smaller fish tanks that are in my bedroom that I can show right now. Which, I mean, I can go ahead and show those tanks. Nothing wrong with that at all. Sadly, though, I can't show my Betta sorority. Good to know, Tank Top. Good to know. Let me flip my camera around. There's everybody. And so that's my breeding male, and that's the female that has a mouthful right now. I might take her out. I might just do the whole natural survival of the fittest way, which is going to be like nobody's surviving, because I still got 3 spawns I'm already working with, and I'm kind of running out of tanks. But I'm kind of trying to save up, and I'm going to, swap out this 55 to a 125 or a 150 or maybe a 180 even if I can find one. Because I want a 6-foot tank, because I got 2 more feet of wall space over there. I would maybe even get a bigger tank if I could, but going from the tile to the carpet is just not good. It's not going to sit flat. But I got like African cichlids, quote unquote, from all 3 lakes in this tank. I don't think any of my fish are wild caught. I'm pretty sure all of them are, tank bred and raised, but the Nimicromus fuscataneatus is a Tanganyika hap. The Julidochromis ornatus is a Tanganyika mabuna. Most of the other ones are all Malawi peacocks and mabuna. And then I do have this one Victorian hap in here, a Statotilapia nubilis. I might, when I do upgrade it to the bigger tank, I might try to get more of the. Well, I'm definitely trying to get more of the Victorians. I already got 2 Tanganyikans in there. I might get a couple more of those too. But they're all, getting along. They're mating in the tank. I didn't originally plan to mate any of my cichlids. I thought I was, getting all males and stuff. Because, if you look at her from an, unexperienced standpoint, she's got orange and all that stuff. So I thought, she was a boy. The very first female that I got that, gave me that baby right there and this one right here up front actually looked just like them. I thought, she was just kind of a pale colored male, but that's just from inexperience, not quite understanding, the anal fin shape, the venting them and all that, just inexperience. See you later, Tori. Have a good night. Yeah, everybody's getting along in here. The only the only fish that's not a African cichlid is the rainbow shark. But he gets along just fine with everybody. He picks at the little bits of algae and stuff that pop up here and there, other than like the strong surface algae that's growing on these stones over here. And you can't even see the algae on the black lava rock. So that's one of the reasons I love black lava rock too, is you can't even see a lot of that dark algae and stuff that grows on it unless it just gets like excessively thick. But I don't remember what this stone is called. It's called like a starry night stone or something, but it's like a shiny metallic blue. I'm not quite sure if it's coming through on the camera well or not, but it's a really cool stone, but it's like super dense and heavy. So I wouldn't recommend like a lot of it in a fish tank unless you were, planning on like using the egg crate diffuser or something like that to help spread out the weight because it's very heavy, but it's a nice looking stone. Definitely, recommend it for like some smaller scapes and stuff like that. I guess I'll take you guys into my bedroom. This is what I wake up to every morning. A 20 long and like a 2.5 gallon fluval spec tank. 20 long has, threadfin rainbows in it and pygmy cories filled up with a bunch of java fern. This is my longest running tank in my adult life. Been going for like a year and a half, but about 6 months or so in this current setup. If not, maybe 7 months now. Huh, it might even be a little bit longer. But this was the tank that my beta sorority was originally in, and I moved them into a 40-gallon breeder. Wanted to give them an upgrade. Also wanted to, add more beta, make a bigger sorority, and all that too. So I moved them out of here and completely changed the scape, added more eco complete to create even more depth and all that, because it was originally just flat eco complete with a whole bunch of plants just kind of scattered everywhere. I had like no knowledge of aquascaping. Hadn't even like really looked at any videos on YouTube at aquascaping yet at all. I'm just like, hey, look, aquatic plants. Let me throw a whole bunch in here. And it worked really well. And my betta loved it for sure. But I do like scaping my tanks, making them look kind of cool. And the point of this one was to like make it look like it was a big like log or something that just kind of fell into the ground, became like one with the ground, and just kind of started deteriorating, and plants and everything just started growing out of it. And I think I did a pretty good job with it. And there's like a quartz geode kind of just there in the background, like, so you can put like quartz geodes and stuff in your fish tank. It doesn't do anything wrong with it at all. No problems at all. And then the little 2.5 fluval spec has my oldest betta fish in there. He's over a year in my care now. And he just likes to freeze up and just do whatever he wants in here. I barely feed this tank. Uh, there's plenty of little planaria and stuff that's all in there. And I grow, there's Amazon frogbit in there. I used to have a really nice carpet of like a type of hygrophilia. There's some aquatic seeds that I bought, and I started from seeds, and I got a really nice lush carpet, and it was awesome. And it just, but because the seeds weren't really like short, they just kept growing, and I had to keep trimming them, and the carpet got like that tall. And so then I, chopped it way down, and the uh the Amazon frog bit like kind of took over and stuff, and so like it all just died away. And so I added dwarf sage in here, and getting comfortable. It's not really running or anything yet, but it's looking pretty good. I'm constantly having to pull out the frog bit, and it just constantly shoots roots everywhere. And the Java fern's just taking over in the back too. When I first set this tank up, it looked so much different than what it does now. And I've been thinking about rescaping this tank for a while. So I might do a video on that here in the near future, because I do have some other supplies and some more rocks and things like that. So he really likes this tank, and that's kind of the main reason I haven't escaped it. Everything is going so well in this tank, and he's happy, and there's other life forms that are in there to where I don't really have to feed him most of the time. So I don't know. That's why I haven't pulled the trigger on escaping this tank yet. Got an assortment of foods too. There's this like Aquion Revita new formula. They had these free samples that we were giving out at the store, and they just like, so I took a couple, and I don't know, my fish kind of liked them. They just weren't really used to it. I feed the omega-1 beta pellets to all my betas, and sometimes they get some of these bug bites too. The bug bites are mainly for my threadfin rainbows, but sometimes other tanks get those. No, I, I'm not going to be doing any tubs outside this summer. Um, I'm going to be, gardening and all that stuff though. Uh, but I do have an outdoor pond, so I'm not really. I haven't gotten into the whole tubbing thing yet. I might though in the future. Maybe not this year though. I also like to give my fish extreme. I got the extreme nano pellets, and hold on. Since I'm talking about them, I just like to show what I'm talking about. Extreme nano sinking pellets or semi floating pellets. My white clouds and golden white clouds that are in my little indoor pond really enjoy those, and my bumblebee gobies also get the nano extreme, as do some of the other fish that are in my betta sorority as well. When you're talking about a water garden, it did I do have like this super tiny water garden that I'm trying to show without, you having my phone just be a shadow on everything. But I took a little betta cup and put some like substrate and a little bit of like Osmocote and some stuff down in there, and just put some dwarf sage. The dwarf sage is you can't really see it, but the dwarf sage is like carpeting out in there and stuff. So that's kind of what I'm doing, and this is kind of how I get my pothos like prepared to go into fish tanks. I just have a little makeshift like vase that I made out of like a Gatorade bottle, and I have some leca at the bottom, and I just kind of fill it up with tank water, and then it just evaporates, and then I fill it up with more tank water. And once I get some, decent growth completely growing out of the water, and I get another tank set up, then I can throw it into my tanks. but I take a lot of trimmings from my marble queen pothos over here, and my philodendron that I got, and that's just kind of growing everywhere. But I guess kind of enough about me for now. Really, this I kind of was doing this stream for other people, to come up and show their tanks and stuff. Is there anybody else that wants to come up and show your fish tanks? Share them with everybody? If not, that's okay. I'll probably just keep the stream going for about 9 more minutes or so. Just gonna cut it off at an hour mark because there's a lot of other people streaming tonight, and everybody's got their lights out. Yeah, of course, and yeah, that's just kind of how it is. Anybody have any questions? Uh, Anything at all? Thanks, Paul. My cichlids do get along well. It took a while to get my cichlids to really kind of settle down, and it went along with you know ignorance, having to educate myself on African cichlids a little bit more, and how different species are have different mentalities. It's not like every single one is the same. There's definitely some that are more aggressive than others, like the Aratus and the Sokolofi, all the Pseudotropheus types. Um, so when I had a roommate before, like when I bought my house and set up the African cichlid tank and stuff, that was me and my roommate like kind of shared that tank. So let's see, it's a 55-gallon tank. I'm trying to remember what our original plan was. I think we were trying to do like 12 cichlids at first, and so like he had his 6 and I had my 6, and I was picking out like mostly peacocks, and I had like the yellow lab, and he was getting like the Pseudotropheus sokolofi, the albino white one, and he had an Aratus and an electric blue Johanni and a cobalt zebra, and just like pretty much all the big aggressive Mabuna are the ones that he wanted, and so like he actually had 2 of the Pseudotropheus sokolofi, and they were just like terrors in the tank, one especially. And so it was just completely destroying everything in the tank. I had a really nice, like bright blue peacock that was just absolutely gorgeous, and that dang fish killed mine. And I had another OB peacock that I swear you could like call it like a galaxy peacock or whatever. It had blue, yellow, orange, red. It had like all the colors on it and spotting. It was just gorgeous. And of course, it got killed. it seemed like all the fish that were getting killed were my fish. I was the one who had to keep replacing my fish because he had all the like evil fish in the tank. And so eventually, like, he got tired of his evil fish too, or whatever. And I, I don't. So when he ended up moving, he put like all of his African cichlids in like one tub to move them, and he put the one white one that was a terror in another tub for a while. And then when he was like fully ready to move, hey there, Big Tank Hank. Hey there, GRB. Popping in here. Do you know how many drops of fry a female live bear can have after being hit if male's removed? How many drops of fry can she have? Man, there's research that says that they can hold the sperm for like up to a year even, and they can even like use it selectively. So they can like find specific sperm from a specific male that they like over all the others, and they can just continue to like use that and just store it for forever. And their gestational period of like guppies and stuff, I believe, is 28 days. So I mean, if they're storing it up to a year and they're having babies every month, you might have 12 drops. You might have 10. You might only have 5. You might only have 1. There's no way to really know. There's not enough research to like pinpoint it, and even with the research, some keep it longer than others. I know the average, I think, is like 3 months or so. So I would, expect probably at least 3 drops, but there's no way to really know. But anyway, so about that Sokolofi terror. So he had it in its own tub, and he had all the other Africans that he was moving in another tub. And then he got all his Oscar tank ready to move too. So he took that one white one and put it into the tub with the other Africans, thinking that the whole, separating them for a while would maybe help with it. And then he used the tub that one was in to put his Oscars in so that he could, move 2 hours south of here. And I guess when he put that white terror back into the tub with all the others, either it was just too stressful to him to go back into that environment, or they knew who he was and they all ganged up on him or something. But basically that white one ended up not surviving, and all the other ones did. And so now he's got his African cichlids, he's got his Oscars, and he's got a whole bunch of guppies and mystery snails that just keep breeding all in the same tank. No, I mean, the guppies and mystery snails are in one tank, the Oscars are in another, and the African cichlids are in another tank. Ugh, dropping stuff. Well, anybody else want to pop up on the StreamYard, show a couple fish tanks? I'll stay on a little longer if somebody wanted to do that. No, maybe. Well, I appreciate everybody coming by. I didn't originally plan to do this stream, so I'm not really gonna keep it going. I really appreciate everybody coming by. Thanks, Father Fish, for giving me the blessing to do this stream for you, basically. And it's a wonderful shoal over there with Father Fish. If you're not following his channel, please do. He shares some great information. He, in my opinion, is the top person of knowledge when it comes to deep sand beds and deep substrates with a dirted tank. So if you want any information on setting up a dirted tank, please go to Father Fish. Thank you for hanging out with me for a little bit. If you're catching this on a replay, thanks for watching the replay. Thank you everybody for stopping by. GRB, Tam, Glassbox, Fox, Big Tank, Hank, Joshua Miller, Paul C, Emily Stevens, Tam, who else did I see? Tank Top Tropics, thanks for sharing your tanks with me. And everybody else here. Mike with All Things Fish, thank you for stopping by. I think there was Little Hot Word that I cannot say. Thanks for stopping by. George, John, Mike, everybody. Thank you. Bruiser. That's the name that I was trying to scroll up for. Thank you for stopping by. Everybody, have a great night, a great day, whatever time it is where you are, and I'll see you next time.